Now, I'm curious what types of companies you're going to be most interested in. Obviously, Mark, you have so much experience in gaming. Reid, I know you love platforms and social. What are the categories that you think have most potential for this type of partnership right now? Reid, let me throw it to you.
Right. Yes. This modern remote interviewing. So we obviously have games and marketplaces, a lot of consumer internet investing that we've done together in social networks and others. I've also spent some real time in the last 5 years in artificial intelligence and its applications, including such things as autonomous vehicles. So the way that we look at it is we're looking at what are the major platform changes that are ready, with some venture capital scale to go to the kind of public market and transform industries. And it's kind of it's not just one area, but it's kind of like which are the ones that are just there that are within our expertise and within our network kind of knowledge and ability to help.
I'm going to follow up to you, Reid, with a question about Facebook. I think it's worth noting you were both early Facebook investors, and we've been talking a lot about antitrust concerns about Facebook and the FTC's investigation. You have said you're interested in the consumer internet space, but I'm wondering if you think there is an opportunity in the social media space, or whether Facebook is so big it makes any small startups and the ability to grow those small startups really disadvantaged right now.
So I think people mistake when they think about what is the competitive blocking. Like, for example, if you were going to try to start a desktop search company to compete with Google, that'd be very difficult. But you don't need to be able to do that. The question is can you compete by going from a new angle or a new side? And for example, Snap grew in an environment where Facebook and Messenger and WhatsApp all existed. So I do think that there is room for new social networks. I mean, you can look at a variety of the kinds of applications, even kind of the video conferencing as ways of creating new social networks. And people always say these are the ones that we're done. It's like WhatsApp and we're done. And then a new platform or a new way of putting it together, or a new generation, just as Facebook launched through colleges, comes together and creates something new. So I absolutely think that there's room for something new, despite how strong and how many features and how global Facebook is today.
Interesting. And then I have to ask a question about another tech giant that has drawn some antitrust scrutiny, which is Apple. We've been talking about the battle between Apple and Epic, along with Spotify, and this idea that a lot of apps right now have Apple as this gatekeeper charging a fee. Mark, what's your perspective as you look at potential startups in this space and the opportunities? Are you discouraged by the idea that Apple could be taking a fee and could really limit the potential growth for, say, a gaming startup like Epic?
I'm not discouraged at all. The reality that the biggest reality in tech, the norm, is change. That the environment is always changing, whether it is an awful pandemic that we're all navigating around right now, and we've seen amazing companies like Airbnb reinvent their business in a matter of months skillfully, so they're back to being able to go public and stronger than ever. And historically, Zynga had to navigate through many iterations of changes on Facebook, and so when we think about the great tech companies they navigate both these external changes, whether it's a platform or others, and then they also navigate through their own invention and reinvention cycles. And we think it's really exciting that these changes are happening, and we think there'll be a bunch of new winners.
Well, certainly a fascinating time to be doing this. We are so sorry we're out of time. Reid and Mark, we hope you will come back and talk to us again, and we could do a longer interview about all of the dynamic changes in the space. Thank you both so much. Carl, back over to you.